Hi guys, it's Ruby from Oofy Scraps, and I'm here with my first ever 12 by 12 scrapbooking layout process video. Today I'm scrapping a photo from my 22nd birthday celebration, and it's actually two 4 by 6 photos together, and they're shrunken down to be 3 by 4 photos. And I show a video, my first video I just posted before this one, I show you guys how I did that very easily for free, just using a Word document. So if you're interested in how I did that, you can head over to see that on my channel. So yeah, so this is a fun little photo. It's actually the first or second time, I guess, I've ever done a black and white photo with scrapbooking. The other photo I did was years ago, and it was just an older photo, so it was printed in black and white. But I edited this picture to be black and white. So it was a fun little challenge. And I'm just deciding some layers. I want to do something super colorful because I'm not kind of dictated by the color scheme of the photo because they're black and white. So I picked this super fun, colorful word background, and I do some aqua. This is like an aqua paper with like these gold polka dot hexagons on it. So I'm just matting it very simply with my scissors, not taking too much care in making it perfect. I like to do my mats a little bit more freely because I think if you try too hard to be perfect, it ends up getting a little crooked anyway, so it looks a lot more effortless if you make it intentional. And I like to do my mats like thicker on some, and then some of them really thin edges. So, and then I found this little card or tag. I had this tag set that I bought, and this one says happy, and it was perfect because I wanted it to say happy birthday. And then I have a few of these, paper. This is like a confetti looking paper, so it's like an off-white with gold confetti. So I thought that was appropriate. It felt very celebratory. I also wanted to apologize. I recorded this on the portrait angle instead of landscape, so I apologize for that. My next video, I have it fixed. I didn't think I came to edit it, so I apologize about that, but you know, you gotta start somewhere. And then I'm cutting out all these strips from various papers that I've used to create kind of a little collection at the top left. So this is something I use a lot, this type of layout, where I will do a really saturated, heavy layout of pictures and layers and backgrounds on the bottom right. I really like doing things on the bottom right. I don't know why. And then I do a tiny collection of embellishments on the top left, and then the rest of the page is mostly empty. So it's kind of balanced because I have the bottom right and the top left, but then there's a lot of breathing room for your eye everywhere else in the paper. So I kind of do that a lot, and I figured if I'm trying something new like my black and white photo, I could do it with something I know that I like the look of. So that's what I went with. And I do a lot of this hole punching with my big circle punch, and I don't end up using any of it, so you'll see me mess with that for a while, and I don't end up using it, but that's okay. And then, so I'm cutting all those strips into different widths, or lengths, width, I guess, because the way it's sitting. And instead of just having them be regular rectangles, I cut one into a flag, I cut one at an angle, and then I use my American Crafts Knockouts border punch, and I punched the end of one to be like scalloped. So I just thought that gave it a little bit more interest than having just a bunch of rectangular strips of paper. So yeah, there I am using that. And it ends up being pretty cute. I think it's fun. And basically my whole color scheme came from the background paper, so I included white and aqua and pink, a little bit of red, and then that like yellow kind of mustard color. It's like a bright mustard. So yeah, it ended up being fun. Very festive, which is what I wanted it to be for this birthday spread. So yeah, also the picture, which I don't think you guys will be able to see super well because it's very glary and also not super clear. I don't know. But it's a picture of me with my birthday cake blowing out the candles, and my brother is in the one on the left. My brother is also in the background. So here I am breaking out my paper cutter, which I don't use if I can avoid it, just because it's like too much work for what it's worth. Like I'd rather just use scissors and it'd be a little crooked. But I'm gonna use the border punch that I was using, like the proper way. So this is like the scallop with a cutout, so it kind of looks like a lace edge. And if you don't have a straight, perfectly straight level line, it messes it up a lot. So I make sure to use my paper trimmer when I need to be exact, and that's what it's there for. So this is a little bit finicky, which is why I don't always use this guy, but it does give a really fun effect, and there's a good mix of borders in that set that I have. I don't know if they still make it. I have had it for like 5+ years, more like I've had it since I was in high school, and I'm 22 now. So it's been a while, maybe even middle school. I've had it for a long time. So yeah, but there's my little lace kind of edge, which I thought was fun. It was reminiscent of the doily that I was going to include, so I thought that worked out well. And there I go, punching some more circles. I kind of thought of it as like the circles felt like balloons or giant confetti. It felt very festive, but I just didn't end up using them. And what I ended up going with, I liked a lot better. So I was just pulling out different colors, paper. That one circle that's below the pink one, it has like little, it's like a minty aqua page with white hearts on it. I do end up using that one, but not where I'm putting them now. So I have those guys stuck in my stash so I can use them somewhere else. But not on this one. For my birthday before this day, this was not actually my birthday, it was like the weekend after my birthday. But we went camping, which was pretty fun. So then we came back to my house after our 2 or 3 days of camping and did a little like proper, birthday cake celebration. It was easier to do the cake at home than trying to pack it with us in our cooler to camp. So it worked out. And then I end up adding a little yellow flag kind of strip to my collection up there because I wanted to pull up the yellow. And then I also decided I should add a yellow mat, but I don't like doing, I like to have if I'm going to do like one of those border punch edges, I like that to be the last mat on the bottom because I want it to show through to the bottom of the page. So I had to do some like tricky trimming to get that. So I had to like trim a really thin edge and then go under the scalloped edge and trim the yellow underneath that, if that makes sense. You'll see what I end up doing in the video, but it was a little bit of backwards work, but it worked in the end. And then I'm still like not sure where I'm going to put things. I did a lot of going back and forth with this page, which is kind of annoying when that happens. I couldn't make decisions, but I'm glad I didn't stick everything down because I ended up doing something totally different. And here I'm using some, I think it's American Craft brand double-sided adhesive, and it's really strong, so when I do a lot of layers on a photo, it ends up getting pretty heavy, so I like to use a stronger adhesive to make sure it sticks. But it's a little bit too far on the top left. I try and put my adhesive on photos just in the center, so if I want to tuck things behind it, it's easy to do that and I'm not running into adhesive. But I did the adhesive a little bit far to the top left, so it ends up sticking to those like circles in my doily, so I have to like rip them off to get them out of there. But yeah, and then I stick this card up with a little bit of foam. And you'll see, I don't know if you can tell, but my foam has holes in it because it's actually the leftover sheet of pop dots. So you use all the pop dots and then you have this like rectangle of foam left. And it's so dumb because you can use all of that foam. So I just cut it up and tape it down and use it elsewhere. So that's a good little thrifty hack and to save on waste also. So yeah, and I'm kind of trimming down my doily. I end up trimming it down too much, but I make it work in the end. So here we go again. I'm really trying to force these circles, but they don't work. So I'm like, maybe these 3. Because I didn't like the way the white polka dot paper looked on the white doily. I'm like, it's kind of cute, but what I end up doing, I think, is a lot cuter. So I kind of am like, I don't know about those circles. Let me just move on to something else. So I know I'm going to write happy, or I'm going to use the happy tag, and below it I want to write birthday. So I'm kind of over there arranging that, and then I think maybe I'll just tape down these stripes of paper because I know I like that. So I was just working on layering it. I didn't butt it up all the way to the top of the page. I wanted a bit of that background paper to peek out, and I wanted them all to be like layered on top of each other, but I didn't want them to cover any of the patterns completely. And that's where I end up using my one and only circle of all those 4 or 5 circles I punched. It's that heart print. And I use that as a way of like pulling that embellishment down a bit to have it like trickle lower than just being horizontal. And then I stick down all my little strips. It's starting to come together, and then I have this other tag that's similar to the happy tag. It came in the same pack, and I thought it'd be cute, but I wasn't sure. And this eat cake kind of card, it came in a cut apart sheet, and so did that little mint tag that I stuck down. It says celebrate. So that's what I ended up doing. I abandoned the little dots and tucked those guys in, and I think that they're way cuter. So there's a lot of words on this page, a lot of reading, and I do end up adding a title, and I was kind of afraid that the title didn't stand out enough amongst all the other various words, but I think it does, and I think that all the words go together well, so it's not too confusing, I hope. And then here I'm going to tuck that eat cake card behind the photo, but I want it to be sticking up a little bit too, so I added foam just to the left side of it, so it's kind of like pulled up on the left side, but then tucked in on the right side, and that's something I do somewhat often when I'm using foam. I think that it's a good little trick to get dimension, but then still be able to do the tucking and layering kind of trick. So yeah, and I'm so glad that eat cake matches really well, and that's my big yellow aspect. I have a lot of pink and mint or aqua, I'm not really sure what color I decide that is. I have a lot of those embellishments and things, but I don't have a ton of yellow things, so I'm glad I found that to be able to use that as my incorporation of yellow. And then here are some gold glitter thickers, and they're really cute. They're like a lowercase, like Helvetica, maybe like a little bit like Comic Sans-y font, and they're really small. They're all lowercase. I think I like lowercase letters better than uppercase letters. And I just spell out birthday, so it reads happy birthday. And I even used an exclamation point. That's something I need to do more of, is using the punctuation stickers in letter sticker packs, because I don't often do that. Like question marks, and I mean there's even like plus signs, parentheses. I could write out a math equation with these alphabet stickers. So I want to try and incorporate those because they end up just going to waste. I don't end up ever using them. Although I sometimes use the exclamation points as eyes if I run out of eyes, or like an L, like a lowercase L, and just leave out the dot. But, you know, you just got to get crafty. It's really depressing when you run out of your vowels in your alphabet font. And then it's just a waste. But yeah, so here I am. I also was very proud of myself because when I'm spelling things, you know, if you want to have it hit a certain spot, sometimes you have to spell it from the middle out or from the end of the word back. And I usually write down the word just to make sure that I spell it right, because when you're spelling forwards, it can be hard, but when you're spelling backwards, it's even harder. So I spelt this in my head without writing it down, and I was pretty impressed with myself, even though birthday is a very easy to spell word. Spelling things backwards is still hard. So I pulled out, in that little bowl ahead of time, I pulled out a few embellishments I wanted to potentially include. So I've got some washi tape. That's some white washi tape with little gold arrows. And I'm just using that in a few places. And I don't have really any gold in my paper besides like my Celebrate has gold in it, I guess. And one of the papers has gold polka dots, I think. So I wanted to add some gold embellishments. So there's a paper clip that was gold that I added in. I love like paper clips and clothespins and things like that. I think they look really fun and emphasize the kind of layered idea of pages. So here's some more gold letter stickers, and these are dumb because they're all capital, but they're two sizes. Like there's like an extra tall and then a shorter size. So I start by with the shorter size, and then I'm so confused because I was looking for like the S or the H. No, I was looking for the S, and it was really tall. And I was like, what the heck? But they're both uppercase. So I end up putting the little h back and go for all of the super tall letters. And I spell out wish because I am like blowing out the candles in the second photo. So I wanted my title to say make a wish. I thought that was cute instead of it being, you know, happy birthday, 22nd birthday, Ruby turns 22. I wanted to have a little more of a cute, I don't know, sort of creative title. I don't know if it's really that creative, but I liked it, so I did it. And I wanted to do multiple fonts or multiple letter stickers. So I also have these thickers that are like chipboard, and they're multicolored, and they all look so good with my background except for that navy color, so I avoided it. And I ended up having to repeat color. But that's okay, I think it looks cute. So when I'm doing a title and you're not sure where to go, where to like put it, like if it's gonna look good here or stacked on top of each other or all horizontal, I'll take the plastic packaging that the stickers come in and see, I laid them all out along the edge of that so I can look, you know, with the clear plastic behind it and see if I think it looks good before I commit, and then it's easy to just stick it down and you can peel them off of that versus like you stick it on the paper, you go to pull it up, it rips your page, or like the stickiness kind of starts to come off. So it worked out, and it says make a wish. And it's a little bit hard to see here, but when you're in real life, you can see it a lot better. There's a little more contrast. I considered putting like a piece of backing paper behind it, but it just seemed like too much. So, and then with that other tag, I wanted to put 22 on it. So I looked at the colorful stickers. I looked at the tall gold stickers. The colorful stickers didn't have 2 2s, and the tall ones didn't have letter or numbers at all. So I went with the same stickers that I used for the birthday, those shorter gold glitter thickers. And they came out really cute. So now I have, you know, my birthday, I end up putting the date on there, and I also have the age incorporated, so I liked that a lot. But I do a mistake here again with my super strong double-sided tape, and I'm putting this up on foam again just to add some dimension, which I like, but I end up sticking it down way too high up on the page, and I like adding ribbon on tags if I have a tag. Now that I'm thinking about it, I didn't add ribbon on the happy, so maybe I'll go back and do that for myself, because if there's a hole, you should stick ribbon through it. You know, I think it just makes it look more lifelike. It's an opportunity for extra embellishment, so I feel like you should do it. But I put it so far up to the top that when I added the ribbon in, it like sticks off the page. So I don't know. And then for a second I was messing with this iridescent thread that I have, and I like to do that sometimes, but I just couldn't be bothered. It was being fussy, so I left it. And I added a little gold camera clip, which I thought was pretty cute. Got a little pack of those, and I really like adding them in. I feel like they go with any layout because you're always scrapbooking pictures, so a camera always makes sense. And then I had these little puffy sticker pack, and there was a little bunting banner, and I feel like that is very birthday party celebration-esque, and it had a couple of my colors, so I went ahead and used that and stuck a little bit of foam underneath it because it was kind of floating off the eat cake thing, so I wanted it to be secure and, you know, off the ground a little bit. And here I go, I have some pink ribbon and some mint aqua ribbon, so it's like a pink satin with a scalloped edge ribbon, and then the blue is like an aqua chiffon kind of ribbon. And I realize I can't pick up my 22 tag. And then I'm like, I was gonna layer them together, which would have been really cute, but couldn't be bothered after I realized that it wasn't even gonna work. But I was so committed that I ended up putting the pink ribbon anyways. It's still on my page, but it's gonna stick out of the book, so I feel like it's gonna be really dumb, and I might need to like, I don't know, I need to do something else. So maybe if I get a little motivated later, I can really try and rip that thing off and hopefully not ruin the page in the process. But for now, it just looks awkward and wonky. And then I take these little ribbon, they're like little bows, and I grab my yellow bow because again, I don't have a lot of yellow embellishments, so I wanted to incorporate the ones that I did have. And it has like a little foam dot underneath it, but they like don't, when you pull it off, it like rips the foam off of the packaging. So I just used more of my trusty double-sided tape. We have a love-hate relationship, but it helps when you need it. So I stuck that guy down, and now, oh, this is my favorite part, adding all the little embellishments. You know, the paper part, the layout, that's fun and important, but I really just love doing like all the little sticking. So I add some little heart wood veneers that I've had forever, and I just add those with glue stick. I find it works better than tape roller, and I never have liquid glue around, so I just use my glue stick, simple, and I'm adding one in each of my little embellishment areas. And then I have these little wooden arrow stickers, but the wood is so much darker than my wood veneers that I decide it doesn't look right, so we don't use those. And then I have my little flare badges. I love these. They're so cute. They're stickers. They're on foam, but they're like little metal flares. And I couldn't decide between an aqua camera or a pink. It says like "so very happy," but I ended up going with the pink. I think it's cute. I think either one would have been fine, but I kind of wanted to do the aqua because I had so much pink from my pink tag, but I liked the pink, so we went with the pink. And now I'm using some gold Heidi Shine to add a little sprinkle. Love this. And I found out very recently that they don't make this anymore, which is stupid because I feel like gold is such a good color. Is that true? I don't know. Maybe I made that up. I heard it from someone though. I don't know. But I have to find some because that's a problem. And I contemplated using some other Hueys. I have some Huey Shine kind of spray, but I didn't end up using it. Now I'm looking at all these other stickers I pulled out. I pulled out so many stickers as options to use. I didn't use a lot of them, which is okay. And then this is like a little pack that has tiny words. So I think I end up using some of those. Yeah, some of these white ones that says like celebrate, remember this day, things like that. So even more words for my page because I didn't have enough before. Happy memories. I think that top one says happy memories and the bottom one says celebrate this day, I think. Felt appropriate for a birthday page. And then I have these paper, or this pack of 6x12, I think, stickers. And I end up pulling out, there's like a little metallic or holographic foil yellow label. And I pull that out because, you know, we need more yellow embellishments in our life. So I use that for my little date eventually. And I put my birthday, even though that wasn't the actual date this photo was taken, but it's like, it was my birthday page. So I wanted to say my birthday, not some random day a few days after. And then I'm just adding a bunch of enamel dots to kind of finish her off. I have some pink and some aqua ones. I don't have yellow because I don't have enough yellow embellishments. But pink and aqua, I got a lot of those. And we're getting pretty close here. I think we're almost done. I think that's the last thing I end up doing. But yeah. Do I do anything else? I don't think so. Maybe add more enamel dots is what it looks like. Oh, this is when I'm spelling out January 16th. So I put Jan, J-A-N, like the abbreviation for January, and then 1-6 in teeny tiny little stickers on my label. And other than that, the page is finished. So I hope you guys really enjoy this. Make sure to check out my Instagram for even more layouts that I don't end up recording. That's ufy.scraps on Instagram. I'll link it below. And I hope you guys have a really good rest of your day and enjoy this video. And I will see you guys in my next one. Thanks so much. Have a good day. Bye.